Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator this summer. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded, especially with the high-demand summer months ahead. Number 4, the hurricane and dangerous summer storm season is here again. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, a longtime sponsor of ours. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun yet, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call toll-free 877-327-0365. This is Alex Jones. Have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? Well, you should. He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. That's right. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time that you and your family need to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement and military standards. Front Sight provides such training without any boot camp mentality or drill instructor attitudes. This is real. Don't miss out. Secure a Front Sight defensive handgun course, plus a 30-state concealed weapons permit for pennies on the dollar, and get your free handgun. Go to frontsight.com today. That's FRONTSIGHT.com. Go to frontsight.com for your training and free gun. Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
Day after day, alone on a hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Quayle will be joining us next Wednesday at high noon Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. his time, Mountain. SteveQuayle.com is the website. SteveQuayle.com. We'll give you that spelling here in a moment. We also have a link to it up on Infowars.com, and he's not pumping it, but he should be. We'll talk about some of his books that he has written specifically on all this. Holdren is proposing chemtrailing to save the Earth's atmosphere. They're already doing it, and that's what's causing the droughts. That's been proven. I've had the father of weather weapons on. The father of weather weapons that AP and Reuters has meant is the father of weather weapons, documenting what they're really doing. I want to go back to your calls, Mark, Andy, Tim, Rich, Mike, and others here in just a moment. Before I do that, speaking of race-specific bioweapon and how they've been caught putting them in vaccines, that is covered in Holdren's own White House Science Czar battle plan, EcoScience, that we broke here, pushed out into the national news, thanks to you, the listeners, and that now has been covered by CNN, AP, you name it. But they say, oh, maybe it is good to forcibly sterilize and take all kids at birth and raise them in CPS facilities. And the British news yesterday said 20,000 homes to get cameras to watch their kids with CPS. I mean, this is 1984. They really are announcing troops on the streets of America. But I had the former CNN producers and reporters, writers for Rolling Stone, writers for Harper's on last week. Their film, Anthrax War, that we sell at Infowars.com. They interviewed the head of South African bioweapons, who sold to the U.S. and to England and to Israel race-specific bioweapons that are put in vaccines to sterilize you. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is so important, ladies and gentlemen, to get Anthrax War, to show it to friends and family. My point is, everybody we talk to that's researching finds the same thing. They're doing it. It's real. It's not just my film Endgame or Holder and the Science Czar's book or the United Nations Biological Diversity Assessment. In fact, we're going to cover the eugenics angle now and then go back to your calls with Steve Quayle. Before I do that, one other sponsor that I wanted to thank here, if I had the sponsor folder, here it is. It is the sponsors that make this show possible, and I just want to thank all of our great sponsors. I've been forgetting to plug our sponsors lately, so I'm catching up today. Please take note of these sponsors. You just heard Steve Quayle separately saying, get prepared, get storable foods, get ready. Well, the J. Michael Stevens Group, eFoodsDirect.com, high-quality, non-hybrid, non-GMO, triple enamel cans, recently packaged. They package it every month. One of the biggest outfits out there, great people. This is who we believe in, where I've gotten my storable food, eFoodsDirect.com, free videos online, brochures, water filters, cook stoves. They've got boogie packs, getaway packs, 800-409-5633, 800-409-5633, or eFoodsDirect.com. Take action today. Give them a call at 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com. I believe in all this. I mean, I'm trying to find a little piece of property, but I can't really afford anything. So we've got an East Texas ranch I can try to run to. I don't know if I'd make it through the checkpoints. You got to kind of move your family out before this happens. I've got storable food. And folks, I know this is real. They could be beta testing to set the precedent for forced inoculations and federal lockdowns and fear-mongering for events in the future. But I've never seen such a real-time buildup and a hustle to get the troops and police state and brainwashing and fear-mongering in place. Going back to Steve Quayle. Steve, we have limited time here, as you know, my friend.
One of the things, too, I want to just really say, okay, one of the books that is absolutely important to understand what we're talking about that I wrote is called Weather Wars on Unnatural Disasters. They can get it by, calling my store, 406-586-4840, 406-586-4840. Because what's going to happen, Alex? They're tuning in and turning up the power on all of their ionospheric heaters. That's not just HAARP, okay? What happens is they can electromagnetically attenuate the virus, okay? Massive studies, people can go do their homework. I've done mine. So we're talking about something that is the combination of Ebola pox, that's Ebola and smallpox. We're talking about combinations of the Spanish flu, 1918 influenza, and we're talking about when I hear a doctor or a nurse say, but we've never seen it before, I ask them, why is that? And they shake their head. They don't know. My simple answer is because it has not existed before. Well,
that's how you and I knew this was manufactured day one, was because it had never before been seen. The regular flu viruses always have a lineage. This was brand new, and now we were proven right. Top virologists are saying it was made in a lab.
Right, and when they knock off, can I tell you something? The biggest story of the decade, in my opinion, was the dead scientist / the murder of Dr. David Kelly. I was on with George Norrie the night Dr. Kelly, the day he was killed, but of the night, and I talked about it. And I got emails, how do you know that? You can't know that. The press would pick it up before you do. Oh, yeah? Now, Alex, 4 years later, however many years later, now they basically have got all these inquests. And you know what it's coming to? It's coming to a certain government basically killed him to keep him from warning the people of a certain government's population going to be decimated by genetically altered pathogens that are going to be released both in Britain and in the United States. Let me share this. There is nothing about the flu that's the issue, in my opinion. The thing that's the issue is the biologically, genetically altered viruses that have been gene spliced to produce literally the most deadly viruses. And when you see anything crossing species, you know that humanity is involved. God himself set boundaries for everything. These people who hate God, they break every boundary known to man and known to God. The bottom line is that they have access to.
Well, Steve, if we've had this history of them sterilizing people, injecting them with syphilis, Tuskegee, radiating foster kids, how would anybody trust the vaccine industry or the government hyping this and then saying the Army is going to forcibly inoculate us. I mean, on its face, it's crazy.
Well, not only that.